Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. It's Maria. Today we are making a DIY wagon wheel spring wreath. Let's get to it. Okay, so I got this wagon wheel from the Dollar Tree. Everything in this video is from the Dollar Tree. And I wanted to paint this in white. So I used this spray paint because it's what I had on hand to spray that in white. I'll put everything in the description box below. So these are coasters from dollar stores. A set of three, but I only needed one. But that's the size that I needed to put in the middle of the wagon wheel. So I painted this in white. I used my DIY paints, white Swan, and I did about 3 coats to get it the white that I wanted. I didn't want none of it to be. I didn't want the image to be see-through. Um, Moving forward, I got these flowers from the Dollar Tree, of course. And these are like the greenery. It's like a really pretty stem. And then I got some lilies and I cut out the ones that I need. I had this long one and I was going to cut it, but I ended up changing my mind. I apologize if some of this stuff is not on camera. I was in a different spot and I thought I caught it all, but I didn't, so I apologize for that. But I did cut a few stems in blue, yellow, and white, along with some baby's breaths. And then I grabbed some floral tape and I tied a few of them together just to have them all set up. But I will say that at the end, after it was all complete, I did go back and get more flowers and added more flowers to it. But you'll see that in the image at the end of the video because I did have one, but then I didn't like the way it looked and I wanted to put more flowers, so I did. I went back and made more stems of like more sets of 3 flowers and I put them at the end. But I ended up using zip ties to put these on here. So I use zip ties at the bottom and then I use like another zip tie on the top. I grab some of the branches, like the stems, and then I put the zip tie around the stems. And then after I'm done putting all that, then I move on to making my bow for the bottom of the flowers. Okay, so these are the 3 ribbons that I'm using to make a bow for my wreath. So this one has lines, the other one has polka dots, and the other one is just plain burlap. So I think I make them about 8 to 10 inches, to be honest with you. I just went along and just did them. But I did 3 of those, but they're all the same size. None of them are smaller. They're all about 8 to 10 inches. I wanted them to all be the same size because I wanted this bow to pop out a little bit more than the other ones did that I've been making. But I also use zip ties to tie these all together. Um, and I tighten it up because I want to make sure that it's nice and tight and it's not going to come apart. So after I was done doing that, I grab another piece of burlap and I make the little cover for the middle just to hide the zip ties that are already there. So I use my hot glue gun, put some hot glue on there, and then I do the other side. Now I do get a zip tie and glue that to the back because I wanted to use a zip tie to tie that onto the wreath because I didn't want to use the wire. The wire is kind of long and yeah, I can cut it, but I didn't want to like tie it around a whole bunch of times. So I figured it's best if I just go with the zip tie better. So that's what I did. I tied that onto the wreath with everything else. So here I am using Rubons that they have. Now I have these and I didn't have the word home in the other set. I had welcome. So I used a little house in gold. I'm not the fan of gold because I didn't want the house in gold and I didn't have it in black. So I was like, you know what? Let me just go with the house and I'll just use it. But I've used the gold ones before and I never liked them. But the rub-ons are pretty good. But I like the black ones and they have other ones, but like color ones I saw. But I think I like these better. But I do rub these on and then after I'm done, I cover it with some Mod Podge and then I glue that onto the wreath. Okay, so after I was done rubbing everything that I was going to put on there, I then come in with my Mod Podge and then I put some Mod Podge over it just so it can seal it all in place. Now I don't put a lot, I just put a nice amount on there and then I let that dry. Okay, so once everything was dry, I then bring my wreath back and then I start to mess with the bow and just make it look like make them round because I think this is like paint on this ribbon. It makes them kind of stiff, so they weren't getting that round part that I wanted on the bow. So I really didn't like the ribbon too much, but they had a whole bunch of different ones, but this is the one that I wanted to go with. So I cut the ends off of it, and then I make sure that the bow is the way I want it. Then I grab my little round coaster that I decorated and I glue that onto the middle. Make sure it's in place, and I put some glue, some extra glue on it just to make sure that it's nice and secure and it's not going to fall off. But if you stay to the end of this video, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe for more. I got a few more things to come in the upcoming weeks, getting ready for spring, Easter, and St. Patrick's Day. Thanks for watching. Bye.